Hello everybody, ProtoFox here, come back at you with another video. There we go, I can say words. Reviewing Transformers because big surprise, ProtoFoxy is a Transformer fan. And today we were looking at some stuff I've been super excited to get. More Generation 2 throwbacks. And I'm going to say it right now, I'm a sucker for anything Generation 2, so everything that you're seeing where it's Generation 2 involved, it's always going to be a hard recommend. Thanks for watching the video. If you did, give me a like. If you did, shoot subscribe my way. I kid. Today, we're looking at the Legacy Evolution Toxitron Collection G2 Universe Autobot Jazz. Wow, that's a mouthful. Let's go ahead and look at the box because the boxes for the I am slipping all over everything today. The boxes for the G2 stuff, Toxitron Collection, I love it. It screams everything 90s. And I was an 80s kid. I grew up with G1. But for whatever reason, G2 just stuck with me. I mean, maybe it was the fact that it was the first revival of it, and Megatron being the tank was so awesome. You know, I actually really like Generation 2. Anywho, box. Let's, Dayglow green, very awesome artwork of G2 Jazz, G2 Autobot symbol. Love it. Very neon looking. Killer comic book style artwork of Jazz, and I love it. Back of the box, Toxitron symbol, Generation 2 universe, Autobot Jazz, 20 steps. We'll see about that. And even the box artwork for this is all done more in that comic book style as opposed to that render. And I just love it. I love it. That's the box. Bottom of the box. Stuff, things. That's it for the packaging. Let's get into it. This is Jazz, and this is a redeco of the Studio Series 86 toy, which I skipped because I just wasn't real hot on that. I'm not real, as far as Studio Series goes, I'm just not hot on the 86 movie stuff. I mean, it's got its place and everything like that, but I feel like Studio Series can be used for more than just that. But anyway, he is a very nice approximation of the original 911 Porsche. Wheels are mushroom pegged on. He is in a prototype color scheme where he was basically Dayglow, I guess. Red, orange, yellow. It's very 90s. I do like the fact that they picked out the hubcaps in silver. I do like the little bits of silver. His weapon storage, and this is something I'll get into in a second because I have his actual original gun on there. He kind of rolls this wheel, and actually as we were getting into this review, this was actually wanting to peg off, which is what it just did. I don't like that at all. So it doesn't really roll freely, which kind of bugs me, but hey, whatever. He's going to be in robot mode anyway. I mean, it's, static. It looks good. Very Generation 2. And again, being that it fits in the collection because of the fact that I've been buying up more stuff that's throwbacks to old unreleased prototypes. I love this. And let's get in close. We got in close. Yeah, there we are. That Generation 2 Autobot symbol. It's just super awesome. Vehicle mode comparisons. Let's get in what I feel is always the gold standard, a side swipe. And we're going to go ahead and fit in with the theme here with Generation 2. They look good together. Let's go ahead and get another vehicle comparison in the next review coming up after this at some point. The G2 Mirage. They look good together. All that good stuff. Good stuff going on. And now I mentioned before we get into robot mode that there was something that was about, weapon storage. Now this makes sense. I mean, for as much as a gun on the roof of a car makes sense, but he comes with all kinds of accessories. Now, he doesn't have a port for the shoulder launcher. I'll show you something when we get down to robot mode, but looks more like the hollow gun that was meant to come with like an Earthrise Hound kind of thing, but he doesn't have spots for all his accessories. There's a lot of fan ways to do things. We're just not going to get into that right now. We will just get into transforming robot. Now, note, this plastic, there's a lot of translucent plastic, obviously, in the roof assembly there in the back windows. But it seems like, to the touch, plastic. Some spots seem a little bit more frail than others, and if you can see it there close, that almost looks like it's a molding stress mark there, so that's a bit concerning. So just be wary. Be wary when you're transforming this toy. We'll go ahead and get started. And if you watched my Knockout, Legacy Knockout review, they retooled this mold for that toy. So let's see if I can do this without breaking things on camera. First, we already flipped the feet out. Feet are good. We're going to go ahead and flip the doors up, because then this will grant us the ability to separate the legs, and now they accordion out. So now the legs are separated and accordioned out. We have legs all done. Almost a Gurkar. So let's go and go ahead, and now this is, and again, much like on Legacy Knockout, and if you have, oh no, they actually pinned that this time. Okay, cool. All right, that's pinned, or maybe I'm thinking of another figure. Who knows? ProtoFoxy going crazy. These are things that happen. All right, so carefully, we are going to try and get this roof assembly undone here. So we are going to go ahead first. We're going to go ahead first. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm really concerned because I don't want things to break, and I feel like I'm already giving excessive force here. There we go. Okay, so that snap wasn't worrisome. So now we're here. You saw what I did there. Be careful. We're going to go ahead and fold those back down so we can get this assembly to go in and under that accordions. Boom. And we'll flip that back out. All right, so now we're here. He's looking pretty rough. Looks like he had a hard night. Hard night out on the town. Poor Jazz. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and boom. We're going to go ahead and boom. And then now, I believe, okay, yep, all right, so here we go. So that's going to come up, that part's going to come up off of the hood, because that's where the head's going to come through. Boom. And, oh, that's not doing what I want it to do. Don't force things. You don't want things to break. There we go. All right, cool. All right, so now we're there. And then we spin all of this around, because this is interesting. So we are here, okay? Now, his midsection actually spins independently, and that's due to transformation. So we got all that, right? Boom. And then we go ahead and bring it down into place. And I believe, if I recall correctly, that's supposed to like peg in, I think. Yep, there we go. We got two tabs. They slot in there. Hopefully you saw it. If not, I'll do it again. Boom. Slots in there. And if you have the 86 Studio Series Jazz, you know how this works. Actually, the transformation isn't all that bad. I just worry because it feels like maybe the plastic is thinner in some spots, and that's a bit concerning. Finish them up. Boom. We have a very bright and colorful Jazz in robot mode, and I love this. I don't care what anybody says. I love it. I you know, go ahead and you can stop the review now and, you know, like, subscribe, all that stuff. But let's get in close. G2 Autobot symbol. Oh, the head is just done really well. I love the head sculpt. I love the colors it's in. All the colors translate really well. He's like a burning Jazz. But he's so cool. I love the colors. Love the colors so much. You know, articulation before I get going. Now, you can close these doors in and fold them in, but being that it's translucent plastic, I worry about it. But, you know, shoulders articulate, all that stuff. You know, typical articulate. I do like how that works, though. How that kind of gives you more there. So that's neat. Articulate, head on a ball joint, does all the ball jointy stuff. He's got waist, he can kick, he can go back, he can... Now, he's got... Those are supposed to peg in right there. Those will come undone. So just be prepared for that, because it's a shallow connection. But typical modern engineering articulation, and it works. It works for Jazz. And as much as and I'll get into it when I get into more comparisons, as much as I love this, the only reason why I got it is honestly because, not because it's, I skipped the 86 Jazz, because I still am okay with skipping that toy. I got it because it's the throwback to the old Redeco prototype, because I'm just a sucker for it, but it is a good mold. Oh, I forgot let me flip those down. I'm a big silly goose. Now he's complete. Now he's all jazzy looking. It's a good mold, but I actually, and when I get into robot mode comparisons, I had one that I preferred even more. So I skipped it, but this I'm glad I got. Go ahead and get his accessories on before we go into robot comparisons. And now, obviously, 5mm pegs, he can hold these. These obviously can't go anywhere else because they don't fit anywhere. But they all can store on him, because obviously you put that gun there. You can obviously then put that missile launcher there. And on my shelf, this is probably always going to be, because I don't think he'll have room to do the whole fan thing for the shoulder launcher, which is what I'm going to show you next. So you do this. You take the shoulder launcher, because it really sits out wide. And now we have the shoulder launcher. That may still work on the shelf. Maybe I might do that. But that looks good. Has a whole jazzy thing going. I wish it was more of a longer assembly that would fit to make that work a little bit better. But it works. It gives us the shoulder-mounted missile launcher like Jazz has. But let's get into... Sorry about that. My son, who's my assistant, he's helping me out. Anyway, comparisons. Generation 2 Sideswipe, Generation 2 Jazz, looking really good together, and that's awesome. So we got that. But then the Jazz that I had up until getting this Jazz in my collection that I thought was good was the RTS Reveal the Shield Jazz. And he's awesome. Great toy. Loved it. You know, I like the updated look on Jazz. But Dayglow Jazz is going to take his place, because I just like the Dayglow Jazz, and I'm really going for a more G2 theme on my own personal collection shelf now. And all the regular G1 stuff is going to go into storage for now until I get more room. But anyway, I've yacked on for about 13 minutes about Dayglow Jazz. Do I love this toy? Yes, absolutely. He's great. Great throwback to a Generation 2 prototype that was never released. And now we got this. So I definitely recommend. The Toxitron collection is at Walmart. So, and eventually they may be popping up into Ross, because Ross seems to get those Generation 2, or not Generation 2, but those Walmart exclusive-y type things. So keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes out. But I will say it's definitely worth it. And if you pass on the 86 Studio Series mold for whatever reason, yeah, it's good. It's good. Will I break down and go get the 86 Studio Series toy now? No, I won't. I have this. I'm happy with it. Fine with it. He's cool. Like him. Recommend him. All that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and get out of your hair now. So I will say to you all this. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you did, shoot a subscribe my way. I would greatly appreciate it. All of that being said, I will leave you all with this. Be kind to yourself and your fellow human beings, because life is too short. So play on, and I will see you in the next video. Buy this toy.